Reporting live from downtown Stockton, California on Sunday, March 13th, 2022. It's a pretty warm afternoon, 66 degrees. And yeah, here I am over here on the corner of El Dorado and Minor. And I'm gonna take me a little walking tour of downtown Stockton. Now, as you can see, this is the traffic. The little bit of traffic that they have during this time of the day. Across the street here is the movie theater. They do have a movie theater right here in the heart of downtown Stockton. But I'm gonna take me a walking tour, show you more of downtown. There's a lot of like old Spanish architecture that is characteristic of Stockton or California in general, so you'll see a lot of that as time goes on. Here we got the St. John Evangelist Church right here, as you can see. Approaching the corner of Minor and Hunter Street. I'm not quite sure what this is. I think this is like a Mexican restaurant. Yeah, it looks like a Mexican restaurant. We got a Enterprise rental car downtown. Now, as I mentioned before, we're at the corner of Hunter and Minor, and right here it looks like they're building. Looks like they're building something. I'm gonna find out in just a few minutes what they're building. There's a construction site right behind the movie theater, and it's also right next to a bank. So interested to find out what they're building, which is interesting because it's not a whole lot of new development in Stockton. So this will be interesting to see what this is actually going to be. Here we go. They're building like an affordable housing building over here. Yeah, family affordable housing. That's going to be interesting. Of course, affordable housing is a huge issue here in California. There is a housing crisis that's been going on for a long time, as long as I can remember. And I'm not even originally from California, but this housing crisis has been going on since probably before I moved out here in 2017, I'm sure. So yes, the housing crisis is a really serious issue here. Finding affordable housing is extremely difficult. But yeah, as you can see across the street, it looks like they have like a motorcycle club, Hell's Angel Stockton. If that's what you're into, they have that here. But as you guys will see soon, like I said, it's a lot of old rundown buildings downtown Stockton. There's not a ton of modern architecture or modern buildings down here. A lot of these buildings are just really old and run down, and in some parts look like it's really abandoned. So that's what you get when you come down this way. It's not the most exciting place, but I mean, it's not a horrible city. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, but it does have its problems. I will say that it does have its problems, just like pretty much any urban area has. The run-of-the-mill problems, the crime, high taxes, you know, in some instances, corruption in the government, things of that nature. But Stockton, I will say, is one of the most affordable like major cities in California. I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of people come to Stockton just due to the affordability. There's nothing really here that's a major draw outside of the affordability of housing here and just overall cost of living. Right here on the corner of San Joaquin and Channel Street. I just crossed that intersection. Now we're heading more towards like the government buildings. This is Weber Avenue that we're heading towards. So this is really the core of downtown Stockton. Now, what I haven't mentioned earlier is that Stockton is located within the Central Valley region of California, and it's one of the biggest cities in the region. I mean, you know, there's Bakersfield, there's Sacramento, and then there's Fresno. Stockton is like up there as far as really major cities within the Central Valley, more specifically the San Joaquin Valley. But right here, I mentioned this is the core of downtown. We're around the like all of the administrative buildings. Right here, this is the San Joaquin County Administration Building. So this building actually looks relatively modern compared to the rest of the buildings downtown. You know, especially when you look at this wing of the building and this enclosed glass structure. Because right here, you compare it to this building right here, it's very modern. Like this looks like this. I can't tell, but it looks like something that was built at least in the early 1900s. This building right here looks like something that was built anywhere between the 70s to probably the 90s, if I had to estimate. But it definitely looks more modern than this building right here which looks like this looks like a hotel, to be honest, or just maybe one of those high-rise apartment buildings. But downstairs they have like a dry cleaners, and they have a couple of other little stores. So there's that. And across the street right here. Now there's you haven't really seen it yet, but there are a lot of homeless people, which is of course a major problem in California as a whole, but it's pretty bad out here in Central Valley, Stockton. Despite the affordability, there's still a lot of people out here that are homeless. You have the drug problem. In some places underneath the highways, the overpasses, you'll see like these tent cities. It's really bad. It's really bad. But yes, I'm right here on Weber Avenue. Now, I'm approaching the downtown transit center, where this is like basically the hub for the San Joaquin. Oh, I'm back. I just passed the intersection of Weber and California Street, approaching the intersection of Weber and American Street. And now this building looks relatively modern. Like, this looks like a building that was at least from this century. It looks like some apartments. It's definitely, matter of fact, there are apartments. Not looks like, they are apartments. So yeah, downtown Stockton actually has modern apartments. I didn't realize that until now, and I've been coming down here multiple times because my barber over there, the Razor, shout out to the Razor, is like right across the street over there. So it's crazy. I feel like I'm just now finding this out, now that I did this walking tour, that those were actual apartment buildings right there. I should have known before, because you know of the balconies and everything like that, but it's all good. Don't judge me, people. But for the most part, Stockton has a lot of old buildings and things of that nature. Now, do I see potential? Does this city have potential in regards to, I don't know, revitalization, bringing more jobs and opportunities to the city? Who knows? I mean, anything is possible. Because right now it's very economically depressed. Again, as I mentioned before, homelessness is a huge problem, drug addiction, things of that nature. It ultimately depends on who the leadership is. That's what it all boils down to. I would like to see the city get better, you know. Now this is, I don't know, this looks like a senior citizens residency. That's what it looks like. Let me find out for sure. the Salvation Army Silvercrest residence. Well, maybe Salvation Army are the sponsors of this. It looks like a senior residence. That's, you know, it just has that vibe, that feel of a senior residency home. I've seen several senior citizen residents, and they look similar to that as far as the layout and everything. So a tire shop right here. Now we're like approaching basically the far south end of downtown Stockton, that is. This is the corner of Weber and Grant. Across the street, it looks like they have a little tattoo and piercing shop, and they also have like a corner store. They got an arcade over there. I did not realize. I've never been to this part of downtown, so I never realized they actually have an arcade. And that orange building over there is an arcade. And you got a little car lot. There goes another abandoned building. Looks like it's very much condemned. Right over there. It's actually a pretty nice day today out here. Just past the corner of Weber and Aurora. It's like a body shop. I don't know if they're, yeah, it's a body shop over here. Now coming up right here, I'm approaching the railroad tracks for what looks like the Amtrak station. So where I was earlier was the bus station for the San Joaquin Regional Transit District. Now this is where the ACE train runs over here. This is a separate station. This is actually called the Robert Cabral station. This is where the ACE train runs. So the ACE is short for Altamont Corridor Express. Basically, this train runs like through numerous like towns through in the San Joaquin Valley, or the Central Valley in general. You know, places like Tracy. I believe the ACE also runs through Manteca, and it runs all the way as far down as to San Jose. So it actually, that's like the only like public transportation connection that Stockton has to the San Francisco Bay Area, and that's the ACE train, and it runs like on a limited schedule. So you have to pretty much you have to plan that trip if you want to go to San Jose, because I think they only run Monday through Fridays. I could be wrong, but I think it's just Monday through Fridays. But yes, here's the tracks right over here. And but not only does the passenger trains run on these tracks, they also have freight trains that run over here as well. That's one thing about these passenger trains, these commercial trains. They run on the same tracks. You know, they basically contract with these whoever owns the right-of-ways. They contract with them, and then they pay them to operate their trains on the same tracks that they use. You see what I'm saying? So it's basically like a partnership sort of thing. But here's the I want to get this right here on the frame. Amtrak Stockton ACE. But also you can catch an Amtrak out of Stockton and in the same location. Now here again, this is the ACE timetable right here. Wow, I can't really get a really good close-up on this mural right here. This is the best angle that I could get. But right here is a mural of the late great Kobe Bryant, aka the Black Mamba, with his daughter, who unfortunately perished in a unfortunate helicopter crash back in January of 2020. But you could tell that yeah, this is a lot of talent. It took a lot of skill to put this together, you know, especially the details of the mural, as well as the text right next to it. And I can't really make out who the artist is, but it looks like Cognac. I can't make out the rest of it, but you know, this takes a lot of skill right here, and you could tell this wasn't done by and the thing is too, this goes back to what I said earlier. A lot of the talent are local talent. This isn't from somebody who came from the outside of Stockton. This is somebody right here, you know, homegrown, that put this together. So I thought it was really interesting that they would put this on the side of a building, and it gives more life to the city, because it looks like it's not much going on right now. So just wanted to point that out. Right now I'm over here by the Weber Point Park. So this is basically the park that's right next to the San Joaquin River. So it's right on the riverfront, downtown Stockton. And as you're gonna see approaching is a bunch of bike riders, you know, riding around in bikes on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. So it's good to see the people out, you know, taking in this somewhat sunny day. You know, we're in the dog days of the winter, so basically we may as well just go ahead and say we're like right at the dawn of spring. But yes, back to what I was saying about this is called the Weber Point Event Center. So this is essentially like a huge park, and it looks like it's really nice over there. Like it's you know, well landscaped. It looks like it's landscaped very well, and it's fenced off. It's fenced off. So my speculation as to why it's fenced off like this is probably because they don't want the homeless people setting up you know, like their tents or whatever type of sleeping arrangements they have. They don't want them just posted up in here, and you know, and I think my speculation, it looks like that they don't want any homeless people around here, and that they're only going to have it open once there's an event that's taking place. There's an event on May the 14th when I checked, called the Flavor Fest, the Stockton Flavor Fest, and it should be taking place right over here. But as you can see, I don't know, but you can see over here there's like a little like pavilion type thing. You know, basically those little pavilions that they have concerts under, you know, usually where the performers perform. It doesn't look like, you know, I mean, it's a really nice park. It looks well from my viewpoint over here. It looks nice, but unfortunately it's closed off because of the you know, the homeless problem, and also you know the drug addicts and things of that nature. And I'm not trying to talk down on them or anything, but it just looks like this place could potentially draw people in, if people, you know, who people who are actually interested in visiting Stockton. And it's unfortunate that, you know, I mean, this looks like probably the biggest green space that they do have in the city, and then it just so happens to be located like right on the riverfront. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. I wish it was open. You know, that would be a huge draw for people if, you know, that was open, you know, because unlike most cities that are located by a river, cities that are like right on the riverfront, Stockton doesn't seem like it draws a lot of people, and it doesn't look like it has like a ton of events. But that's just my my insight on it. I'm not really quite sure the exact reason, but that's what just based on pure speculation, that's what I think it is. So yeah, that's that.